Hi guys, Andy Guitar here again, and here we're looking at classic rock style power chords. So here we're looking at how to sound like AC DC basically in the easiest way possible, which is using the power chords E or an E5, A5, an A power chord, and a D power chord, and we're also throwing in a single G note with your middle finger, which is the 3rd fret of the thickest E string, right here. And that has to be a single note. That's the one we're not going to play as a power chord. I'll kind of show you why in a second. If you've never covered these power chords at all before, please check out my lesson on E, A and D power chords in my beginner's course, where I'll run it through all those with from a bit more of a beginner's point of view. Here we're kind of presuming you've got those, you've had a go at it, you've played a few rock riffs before, and you want to maybe create your own or kind of get a handle on what's happening so you can learn loads of new cool power chords. So a couple of things that you want to be throwing in here is certainly some 8th all down strumming. This is on an E power chord. You want to be really comfortable swapping from E, A and D whenever you choose to, but at, you know, 2 bars of each, a bar of each, or even 2 beats, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4. And even just from doing that, you go as fast or as slow as you want. You know, faster isn't, I know, kind of breaking the mold here, but faster isn't always better. Think about those AC DC riffs. A lot of times they got kind of silence in them and things, so just faster playing, even though Angus Young is an amazing fast guitarist, isn't always the way to go. Sometimes we just want to do it slow. So this is something to definitely get to grips with. You know, just a bar of E, just a bar of E, a bar of A and a bar of D. Really get to grips with that. Now we're going to go look at a concept now called a passing note. So we're staying on, for example, an E chord, and then we're going to go for an A chord for a bar, okay? Just doing 8th strumming. So this would be 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. That's E power chord and an A power chord. In between those I'm going to throw in this middle finger, and if we have a listen to that, I'm going to do it on beat 4 just on its own, and listen for a slight bend down as well, which really makes it come alive, like that. Just a real slight bend. Let me give you an example. Couple of variations, nice and slow. Riffing a little bit there to show you the capabilities of this, where this can kind of lead to, and that's just with really just, you know, playing on the beat or just with 8 strumming. So I mean, you'll hear a lot of songs in there as well. So there's a hint of TNT, which I have a video on already. Check out andyguitar.co.uk, or just do a quick search for Andy Guitar TNT, how to play TNT. There's quite a few others. 20th Century Boy has this sort of bluesy licks in it. I've got plenty of songs kind of lined up based on this E minor pentatonic scale, but with these power chords, a cool thing to try is just kind of letting them ring out. So this is similar to kind of Paradise City, which you could play along to, the Guns N' Roses song. Stick a capo 2nd fret and you get, take me down to the Paradise City where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Take me home. Just as an example, and I'm not doing a full lesson on that, I'm just giving you the potential of these rock power chords. So again, to play it onto the record, capo 2nd fret, but just as an example, E, 2, 3, 4, A5, 3, 4, D, A, and back to E. One more time, E, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, D, A, and E. Listen to how careful I'm being. Now, if I hit the wrong strings and then go for an A chord, still kind of sounds like an E. If I go for the D, it just kind of sounds like a mess if I hit those wrong strings. So we want E, A, and D. If that's something you want to get, you are comfortable with and you want to take it up to the next level, you want to get some muting in there. And we've got 2 types of muting. We've got string muting where we can have silence. Or we've got string muting where we have chugs. And you can kind of do a combination of both. And then when you start throwing in that middle finger as well, then we start to get that really nail that AC DC Malcolm Young type sound. That last power chord that I did there was an E power chord, but rather than just hitting the thicker 3 strings, I'm also hitting the thinner 2 as well, and I'm muting string 3 with my first finger here to this sort of sound. Sounds great for starts and ends of riffs, but when you're in the midst of playing your riff, kind of don't do it in the middle, do it at the start or do it at the end is the best way to do it. But if this is something that you're thinking, wow, that's what I need to get into, but you know, how do I do it? Some of that just seems pretty beyond me at the moment. You need to learn examples of it. You need to learn some of those riffs, but then while you're learning them, see what they're doing. So the best place to start is definitely my course of 10 songs, teaching you how to play some of these power chord riffs, but also riffs that use the E minor pentatonic scale. Link will be in the bottom. I'm sure I'll put a link up here as well. Or just do a quick search, Andy Guitar, E minor pentatonic scale. E minor pentatonic scale, which is this set of notes. The most common scale that we'll ever learn on any style of guitar, but in open position, which means we're using the open strings. And then we combine that with the E, A, and D power chords with this, and an electric guitar sound which has a little bit of fuzz, but is actually pretty clean. You know, if I just clean it up a little bit, that's basically on the clean channel, but it's turned up too far. I'm using a Boss ME70 here, and it's actually set on the clean channel, but it's turned up right to full, which you can kind of do on effects boxes, but you can't tend to do that on an amp too much because the volume would be too much. But on any kind of effects, you might want a heavier, you know, your standard amp overdrive, be on the overdrive channel, but turn the gain kind of as low as it will go. Is a really cool trick to get that biting sound without it, for example, you know, sounding too much like this. That's just overly saturated, and on the other ones as well on here. This is maybe what you're, you know, some people that's amazing. It's just a bit heavy for that AC DC type sound. So I'm right on the clean setting with it turned up too far, and that's, you know, considering I'm not playing this through, you know, a Gretsch or anything, it's pretty close to that AC/DC type sound, I have an Epiphone Les Paul Standard with a Seymour Duncan SH1 at the bridge. This is the thing that I've really kind of changed on this guitar to really make it, elevate it and make it sound exactly how I want to. It's like kind of Jimmy Page is the sound that I go for personally. But yeah, have a go with these rock power chords and try and make up your own riffs. A great technique is to put a drum beat on in the background, and I've got loads of free drum beats available in any of the strumming lessons on my website andyguitar.co.uk, or just search for you know, on YouTube, rock drum kit 100 BPM. Go slower, go like 100 or 90 BPM and really try and nail that. And just have a bit of fun, really. So yeah, that's how to do rock power chords. I've been Andy Crowley. Please subscribe if you like what I do, and check out my other free lessons at andyguitar.co.uk. We'll see you there. Bye for now.